Hey everyone! Welcome back to Better English. I'm Emma.
And I'm Leo. And today we're talking about 3 tiny words that cause massive confusion for English learners.
Oh yes, in, on, and at. Just 3 little letters, but wow, do they create problems.
Right? And the funny thing is, native speakers use these words hundreds of times a day without even thinking about it.
We do. But for learners, it's like, wait, why do I sit on a chair, but in a car? They're both things you sit in.
Exactly. And don't even get me started on time expressions. I'll see you in May on Monday at 3 o'clock. Like, why can't we just pick one?
I know. English is so confusing sometimes. But here's the good news. There are patterns and logic to how we use these prepositions.
There are, and today we're going to break it all down, from super basic beginner usage all the way to advanced expressions that even confuse native speakers sometimes.
Exactly. So whether you're just starting to learn English or you're already quite advanced but still mix these up occasionally, this episode is for you.
Perfect. And Emma, I have to tell you a funny story about these prepositions.
Oh, do tell.
So when I first arrived in London, I was living in London, by the way, not on London or at London.
Good clarification.
Right. So I was meeting a friend and I texted her, "I'm in the bus." And she replied, "Are you okay? How did you get inside the bus? Is it broken?"
Oh no.
Yeah, because I should have said I'm on the bus, meaning I'm traveling by bus. But in the bus sounds like I'm literally inside the walls of the bus or something.
That's such a perfect example of how one little preposition can completely change the meaning.
It really can. She thought I was trapped inside the bus engine or something.
Okay, so let's help everyone avoid those kinds of misunderstandings. Let's start with the absolute basics. How do beginners learn to use in, on, and at?
Great. So the simplest way to think about it is with location, and I like to use a visualization technique.
Ooh, I love this. Tell me.
Okay, so imagine a box, a cardboard box. If something is inside the box, like a cat sitting in a box.
Cats love boxes.
They do. If the cat is inside the box, surrounded by the walls, we use in.
So the cat is in the box. You can see the cat is enclosed, surrounded.
Exactly. Now, if the same cat is sitting on top of the box.
So there's contact. The cat is touching the surface of the box.
Right. Then we say the cat is on the box. There's surface contact.
I love this example because it's so visual. You can literally picture it.
And finally, if the cat is near the box, at a specific point close to the box, we say the cat is at the box.
So at is more about a general location or position, not about being inside or touching the surface.
Exactly. At is like you're at a point in space near something.
This is such a helpful way to think about it. In means inside or enclosed. On means surface contact. At means at a point or location.
Perfect summary. Now let's give some real everyday examples with places.
Yes. So, Leo, where do you live?
I live in Manchester, not on Manchester or at Manchester. In Manchester.
Right, because when we talk about cities, countries, continents, we use in. You live in a city, in a country, in Europe.
Exactly. I live in Japan. She works in Paris. They grew up in South America.
Now, what about your specific address? Like, what street do you live on?
Good question. I live on Park Street. We use on for streets.
Right. I live on Main Street. The shop is on Oxford Street, on the street, because you're on the surface of the street.
That makes sense. The street is like a line, a surface, and buildings are positioned on it.
Exactly. Now, if someone asks, where shall we meet? You might say,
Let's meet at the coffee shop, or I'll see you at the station.
perfect. At for specific meeting points and locations, not inside them, just at that location.
Right. Meet me at the library. I'll be at the restaurant.
Although, here's where it gets interesting. You can also say, I'll meet you in the library if you mean inside the building.
Oh, so at the library is more general, just that location, but in the library specifically means inside the building.
Exactly. I'm at the library could mean you're in the parking lot, outside the entrance, anywhere at that location, but I'm in the library definitely means you're inside.
English is so specific.
It is. Okay, so we've covered basic location. Now let's talk about something that confuses everyone, time.
Oh boy, here we go.
So Leo, when is your birthday?
My birthday is in June, not on June or at June. In June.
Right, we use in for months. My birthday is in December. The meeting is in September.
And also for years. I was born in 1995. The company started in 2010.
And longer periods of time, in the summer, in the morning, in the 21st century.
So in is for longer time periods, months, years, seasons, parts of the day.
Exactly. Now what about specific days?
We use on for days. My birthday is on June 15th. The meeting is on Monday.
Perfect. I'll see you on Tuesday. The party is on New Year's Eve. We're leaving on the 5th of May.
On for specific days and dates. Got it. And what about specific times?
We use at. The meeting starts at 3 o'clock. I wake up at 7 a.m. The movie begins at 8:30.
So at is for specific clock times. Lunch is at noon. The train departs at 5:15.
Exactly. And here's a memory trick. Think about time getting more and more specific. In is the broadest, months, years. On is more specific, particular days. At is the most specific, exact times.
Oh, I like that. In for long periods, on for days, at for times. It's like zooming in closer and closer.
Exactly, like a camera zoom. In, on, at, each one more precise.
That's brilliant. Okay, so those are the basics, but now let's get into some trickier situations.
Yes, because there are exceptions and special cases that drive learners crazy.
Definitely. So let's talk about transportation, because this is where my in the bus mistake happened.
Right. So here's the general rule. For small, enclosed vehicles where you're sitting inside, we often use in.
Like, I'm in a car, I'm in a taxi, I'm in an Uber.
Exactly. You're enclosed inside these vehicles. But for larger public transportation, we use on.
I'm on the bus, I'm on the train, I'm on the subway.
And airplanes are interesting. You can say either I'm on a plane or I'm in a plane.
Really? Both are correct?
Yep, though on a plane is more common. I met someone interesting on the plane to New York.
What about bikes and motorcycles?
On. I'm on my bike. He's on his motorcycle. Because you're on top of them, sitting on the surface.
That makes sense. You're not enclosed, you're on the surface.
But here's a weird one. Boats and ships. We say on a boat or on a ship.
Even though you're kind of inside them?
I know, it's strange. But we say I'm on a cruise ship or we're traveling on a yacht.
English is weird sometimes.
It really is. Okay, now let's talk about buildings and enclosed spaces, because this gets interesting.
So we said in the library means inside the building. What about other places?
Generally, when you're inside a building, you use in. I'm in the office. She's in the hospital. We're in the cinema.
But we say at the office or at the hospital too, right?
We do. At the office is more about being at your workplace, your job location. I'm at the office might mean you're in the building, in the parking lot, in a meeting room there, just generally at that work location.
So at is broader, less specific about exactly where you are.
Exactly. I'm in the office suggests you're at your desk, in your workspace. I'm at the office just means you're at your workplace somewhere.
Got it. What about schools and universities?
Ooh, good question. We say I'm at school or I'm at university to mean you're a student there, you attend there.
My son is at Cambridge University.
Yes, but I'm in school right now means you're physically in the building at this moment.
So I was at school today means I attended school. I left my book in school means the book is physically inside the school building.
Perfect, you've got it. Now let's talk about a funny one, home.
Ah, yes, home is special.
It is. We say I'm at home, not I'm in home or I'm on home.
I'm staying at home tonight. Are you at home?
But wait, there's more. In British English, people often just say I'm home with no preposition at all.
Really? Just I'm home?
Yep, I'm home now. When will you be home? No at needed in casual British speech.
Whereas in American English, people say both I'm home and I'm at home.
Exactly. Both are fine in American English. British speakers tend to drop the at.
Interesting. Okay, what about work? Do we say I'm at work or I'm in work?
I'm at work is standard. I'm at work right now. I'll call you later.
Not I'm in work?
In American English, no. But in British English, people sometimes say I'm in work to mean I have a job, as opposed to being unemployed.
Oh, so I'm in work means I'm employed, and I'm at work means I'm currently at my workplace?
Exactly. British English distinction. I've been in work for 3 months means I've had a job for 3 months.
English speakers can't even agree among themselves.
True. Okay, now let's move on to some intermediate expressions. These are phrases where the preposition might not be obvious.
Yes, like interested in something, not interested on or interested at.
Right. I'm interested in learning Spanish. She's interested in art history.
Why in?
It's just a fixed expression. Certain adjectives always go with certain prepositions. You have to memorize these.
Okay, what are some other common ones?
Good at something. I'm good at math. He's not very good at cooking.
Not good in math?
Nope, always good at. But here's a confusing one. We say skilled in something.
Wait, so good at but skilled in?
Yup, she's skilled in negotiation. He's skilled in web design.
That's so arbitrary.
I know. These are called dependent prepositions. The preposition depends on the specific word before it.
Okay, give me more examples so I can see the patterns, or lack of patterns.
Okay, believe in something. I believe in ghosts. Do you believe in love at first sight?
Arrive in or arrive at?
Both. Arrive in for cities and countries. We arrived in Tokyo at midnight. But arrive at for specific places. We arrived at the hotel.
Oh, so like the general location rule. In for larger areas, at for specific points.
Exactly. The basic logic still applies even with these expressions.
That's helpful. What about in the morning versus on Monday morning?
Great question. Generally, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening.
But at night?
Yes, at night is the exception. Don't ask me why.
And when you add a specific day?
Then you use on for the whole phrase. On Monday morning, on Tuesday afternoon, on Friday night.
So the specific day takes priority and makes everything on?
Exactly. The day makes it more specific, so on takes over.
Clever. Okay, what about in time versus on time?
Ooh, this is a good one. These mean different things.
They do.
Yes. In time means with time to spare, not late. We arrived in time to get good seats. We got there early enough.
And on time?
On time means at the scheduled time, punctually. The train left on time. It left exactly when it was supposed to.
Oh, so in time is before the deadline. On time is exactly at the scheduled moment.
Perfect. I got to the airport in time to catch my flight. I wasn't late. The flight departed on time. It left at the exact scheduled time.
So if I say I arrived just in time, it means I almost didn't make it, but I did.
Exactly. You made it with seconds to spare. Just in time is dramatic.
And I arrived on time is more boring. I just arrived when expected.
Yes, on time is just being punctual, nothing dramatic.
I love how these tiny prepositions change everything.
They really do. Okay, now let's talk about some advanced and idiomatic expressions.
Yes, native speakers use these all the time without thinking.
Right. So let's start with on my mind versus in my mind.
What's the difference?
On my mind means I'm thinking about it. It's bothering me or occupying my thoughts. You've been on my mind all day.
So it's like on the surface of your mind, currently present?
Exactly. It's active, current thinking. But in my mind means in your imagination, in your mental picture.
In my mind, I can see us living on a beach somewhere.
Perfect. In is the mental image, the imagination. On is current, active thoughts.
That's subtle but important.
It is. Here's another one. In trouble versus get into trouble.
So you can be in trouble. I'm in trouble with my boss.
Right. You're in a state of trouble. But getting into trouble is the action of causing problems.
Stop getting into trouble. Like to a naughty child?
Exactly. You're always getting into trouble at school.
What about on vacation versus in vacation?
On vacation is correct. Never in vacation.
I'm on vacation next week. She's currently on vacation.
Perfect. And Americans sometimes say on holiday too, but British speakers always say on holiday.
Both countries agree on.
They do. Rare agreement. Now, in love versus in love with someone.
I'm in love means you're experiencing the state of being in love.
Right. And I'm in love with John is more specific. You love a particular person.
Can you be on love?
No, never on love. Always in.
What about at peace or in peace?
Both work, but mean slightly different things. I'm at peace means you feel peaceful, calm, content.
After years of therapy, I'm finally at peace with my past.
Beautiful example. In peace is usually used in phrases like rest in peace or live in peace.
Let her rest in peace. Can't we just live in peace?
Exactly. At peace is a feeling. In peace is a state or condition.
These are so nuanced.
They are. Here's another subtle one. In person versus on the phone.
I'd prefer to discuss this in person, meaning face to face.
Right. Not through technology. Actually physically present.
And let's talk on the phone, using the telephone.
Yes. Always on the phone. Never in the phone. Unless you're tiny and literally inside the phone.
Ha, that would be a problem.
It would. And similarly, on TV, on the radio, on the internet.
So all broadcast and communication media use on?
Generally, yes. I saw it on television. I heard it on the radio. I read it on the internet.
But we say in the newspaper.
We do. I read it in the newspaper. There's an article about it in today's paper.
Why in for newspapers but on for internet?
Honestly, newspapers are physical objects you look inside. Internet is more like a surface you're on. I don't know. English is just weird here.
Fair enough. What about in a meeting or at a meeting?
Both work. I'm in a meeting emphasizes that you're currently occupied, in the middle of it.
I can't talk. I'm in a meeting right now.
Right. But I'll be at a meeting is more about location or schedule. I'll be at a meeting from 2 to 3.
So in emphasizes the activity, at emphasizes the location or time.
That's a great way to think about it.
Okay, what about expressions with feelings and states?
Good idea. So we say in a good mood, in a bad mood, in high spirits.
She's in a terrible mood today. All in?
Yes, moods are in, but emotions can vary. Happy doesn't use a preposition at all, just I'm happy.
What about angry?
Angry at someone or angry about something. I'm angry at my boss. She's angry about the decision.
And excited,
Excited about something. I'm so excited about the trip.
not excited at.
No, always about for excited.
What about afraid or scared?
Afraid of or scared of. I'm afraid of spiders.
She's scared of flying.
These dependent prepositions are so specific.
They are. You really just have to memorize them. But here's a helpful tip. Read and listen a lot, and you'll start to absorb the correct combinations naturally.
That's good advice. Okay, let's talk about some tricky time expressions.
Yes, in the end versus at the end.
What's the difference?
In the end means finally, eventually, after everything. In the end, we decided to move to Spain.
So it's about the final decision or outcome.
Exactly. At the end is more literal, at the final point of something. There's a surprise at the end of the movie.
Oh, so at is literal position, in is about outcome.
Perfect. At the end of the street, literal position. In the end, everything worked out. Final outcome.
Brilliant. What about in a moment versus at the moment?
In a moment means very soon, shortly. I'll be there in a moment.
And at the moment?
At the moment means right now, currently. I'm busy at the moment. Can I call you back?
So in a moment is future, at the moment is present.
Exactly. I can't talk at the moment, but I'll call you back in a moment.
Using both in one sentence.
You can. They work perfectly together. Now, on schedule versus in schedule.
I'm guessing on schedule.
Correct. Always on. The project is on schedule. We're running on schedule today.
Never in schedule?
Never. And similarly, on time, on track, on target, all on.
What about in detail versus in details?
In detail, without the S. Could you explain that in detail, please?
She described the event in great detail.
Perfect. Never in details. That's not correct.
Good to know. What about in the meantime or in the meanwhile?
Both work. In the meantime is more common. You can watch TV in the meantime.
And meanwhile on its own without N?
Yes. Meanwhile, back at the ranch. Just meanwhile as a linking word.
Ha, that's a classic storytelling phrase.
It is. Okay, let's do some fun expressions to end with.
Yes, like in hot water.
Haha, yes. In hot water means in trouble. I'm in hot water with my parents.
Not literally in hot water.
No, though that would also be a problem.
What about on fire?
Literally, it means burning. The building is on fire.
But figuratively,
It means doing extremely well. The team is on fire today. They've scored 5 goals.
or that new song is on fire. It's very popular.
Exactly. On fire is positive when used figuratively.
What about in the dark?
Literally, it means in darkness. But figuratively, it means uninformed, not knowing something.
I was kept in the dark about the surprise party.
Perfect. You didn't know about it. And here's another. In the loop or out of the loop.
In the loop means you're informed, you know what's happening.
Right. Keep me in the loop about any changes. I want to be in the loop on this project.
And out of the loop means you're not informed.
Exactly. I feel out of the loop. Nobody tells me anything.
What about on edge?
On edge means nervous, anxious, tense. I've been on edge all day waiting for the test results.
The loud noise put everyone on edge.
Perfect. And on thin ice is similar. It means in a risky situation.
You're on thin ice with the boss after missing that deadline.
Exactly. Like walking on thin ice that might break.
These are so colorful. What about in over your head?
In over your head means you're in a situation that's too difficult for you. You can't handle it.
I took on this project, but I'm in over my head. It's too complex.
Perfect. Like being in water that's too deep and you can't touch the bottom.
I love how these expressions create such vivid images.
They do. That's what makes them memorable. Okay, let's do a final recap.
Great idea. So everyone, we've covered a lot today.
We really have. We started with basic location, in for inside or enclosed, on for surface contact, at for a general point or location.
Then time, in for longer periods like months and years,
on for specific days and dates, at for specific times.
We talked about transportation, in for cars and taxis, on for buses and trains.
Buildings and places, in when you're inside, at for general location.
Special cases like at home, at work, at school.
Dependent prepositions, good at, interested in, believe in.
Time expressions, in time versus on time, in the end versus at the end.
And lots of idiomatic expressions, in hot water, on fire, in the dark.
The key thing to remember is, yes, there are patterns and logic, but there are also exceptions and fixed expressions you just have to learn.
The best way is to read, listen, and notice how native speakers use these prepositions in context.
Exactly. Don't try to memorize lists. Learn them in phrases and sentences.
And don't be too hard on yourself. Even native speakers sometimes pause and think, wait, is it in or on?
That's true. These are subtle, and mistakes are normal.
Just keep practicing and you'll get better.
Absolutely. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for listening today.
We hope this helps you feel more confident with in, on, and at.
If you found this useful, please share it with other English learners.
And let us know in the comments, which preposition do you find most confusing?
We love hearing from you. Until next time, keep learning and don't stress about the small stuff.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.